week's time we arrived onto the island of Menorca after an amazing 2-day sail, with an incredible wildlife sighting.
Whale! What? There, whale! Oh my god!
We arrived into a fabulously well-protected anchorage on the north of the island called Fornells. Join us now as we explore the island of Menorca. This is Intrepid Bear, a 40-foot sailboat off to explore the world with her crew Ian and Kate.
Come aboard and let's see what's out there.
So we come ashore in the port of Fornells. I think it's probably called the port of Fornells. It is hot and we're looking for a cold beer because it's so hot.
Been swimming today then, first time in ages. No jellies, lots of sea grass and that, but it was lovely and warm in the water, wasn't it?
What temperature?
27?
27, yeah.
27 degrees in the water.
27 degrees in the water?
Snorkelling. That's what I want from a few weeks of just island life, some snorkelling, some swimming, some blue seas and some cold beer.
Simple pleasures.
Hot. It's very hot. We've walked up to this structure overlooking the entrance to Fornells. I'm just looking to see any information about it, although I'm sure Google will tell us later on, but we've come up here just for a walk. It's 6:10 in the evening. Still really hot, but there's no cool time of day at the moment as it's dark, and even then it's still 30 degrees at night.
It turns out that Fornells Tower was built by the British in 1802 as a defensive tower protecting the harbour. The British ruled Menorca for around 73 years during the 17 and very early 1800s before it passed back to Spain.
So I always find it incredible when I come and stand somewhere and look back out at the sea, the ocean, the sea, where we've come from, knowing that we spent two nights and 2 days, 200 and whatever it was miles out there. But when I look and I see tiny little boats out there, and I think that was us. So we were a tiny blob out on that big blue, and I find it so incredible that I've been on a boat out there, the only thing for miles around. It's quite incredible. It makes me feel very small, but very proud.
Some reports say that the anchor holding in Fornells is not the best. However, we were well dug in. We found it a lovely protected anchorage with a lively little port town. We spent 3 days there before moving on to explore more of the island.
So we're leaving Fornells. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's already really hot. It's a very hot, sweaty captain. Well, he's probably not talking to you. He's been getting the anchor up and taking the rubbish ashore and cleaning the anchor, and now he's just melting right in the corner. We're heading south to the south side of Menorca to find a nice crystal clear cala, hopefully with no jellies, so we can just get in the water and hang around there and keep cool.
So I cooled down a little bit on the water, but there's not a lot of wind out here. It's like, well, we got 2 knots true. The water is mirror-like, glass-like. So I think it's probably just going to be a motoring trip. But yeah, earlier, damn, it was hot. We got 80% humidity, which is what I hadn't realised is probably causing the incredible perspiration. It's really warm, but it's a little bit better out here with a little bit of breeze. So hopefully we'll get to a crystal clear cala with no jellyfish and go swimming later. So we got between 4 and 6 knots of wind from a really good angle. We'll be turning downwind once we get to the end of the island, but decided we ought to not be lazy and put some sails up. yeah, the wind's picking up a little bit, so we'll get sail up and go from there. Turn on. We've got no turns on the winch system. Pretty much out. And she probably doesn't need to winch in because we're. What?
Okay, so I need your advice in trimming when it first comes out.
Yeah. No, so we're quite downwind. Well, actually, no, we're quite close to the wind on apparent. But hang on, let's see what happens if we take the throttle off.
Yeah.
See if we can actually sail on it. Ooh, it's done that stop when I take the throttle off thing again. Our engine had started to develop an issue where it would cut out if the throttle was cut too quickly. It worsened and plagued us for the rest of the season, but was eventually traced to a sticking fuel rack inside the injection pump. Not quite fast enough under sail alone. The wind is up and down from sort of 3 to 6. If it was 6 all the time, that'd be alright, but 3 is not. So we'll motor gently with the engine and that'll save us fuel but get us there in a reasonable time for the evening. I think that just looked... Oh no, there is something on there. It's not very big. It's a normal mackerel, isn't it? Yeah. It turned out to be our best fishing day ever. This is Cala Sonur on the southwest corner of Menorca. It has crystal clear water and is renowned for its beauty. Unfortunately, its popularity is also its downfall for us, as it was incredibly busy. But what about those pesky jellyfish? Kate was having a check around. She did see a jellyfish just now. And I guess that squeaky noise means she just saw another one now. What, jellyfish are ruining your life?
I know it's not going to kill me, and there's only like what? There's 2 I see. But I still gave this food, so it's only bumping me into a jellyfish. It's ruining my summer.
Yeah, it's not ideal if you don't want to swim in water with jellyfish and nobody wants to get stung. My mum's still got scars on her arms from getting stung last summer, so it's not great. But there is only one here so far, and a long way down. But that's enough. At the risk of sounding ungrateful, we didn't love Cala Sonur at all. It was crazy busy, jellyfish and the hordes of dangerously inexperienced rental boats were preventing full enjoyment of the water, and we had outboard problems to boot. We only stayed for that one night. We've said it before, but unless you are or have been a full-time nomadic liveaboard cruiser, it's really hard to explain why you wouldn't always be eternally happy in clear azure waters. The lifestyle is actually pretty intense and sometimes it gets the better of you, which can make you appear ungrateful. Kate was attempting to explain a bit about this, but that didn't work out too well either.
Always are coming here, so therefore it's constant. Woo! Sorry. What's Regain composure. What that means is that these baits able everything's trying to hurt me. What it means is that everything, oh god, I'm losing the plot. The anchorage isn't that flat because it's open. Oh, what the hell? So all these constant boats.
Fortunately, the occasional cruising funk that we found ourselves in doesn't last too long, and our next stop on Menorca certainly lifted us right out of it.
So we've travelled 30 miles today, come right round the island, not quite back to where we started at Fornells. We've come to Esgrau, I think, which isn't far, on a recommendation of friends, and it's lovely. There's no jellyfish yet. We're in Esgrau. You know what to expect, but it's a really cute and really small local kind of town. There's 3 bars, I think, John, and then this one they've got so few tables that this time of night is for eating only, but you can buy a beer and sit and eat it, drink it, eat it. You can buy a beer and sit and drink it on the quayside with some free olives.
Well, early morning dinghy trip. Well, it's 8 o'clock, it's not that early, but we got up relatively early. So we can have a little walk before it gets too hot, because there's actually a heat warning in force for Mahan at the moment. So it is pretty damn warm. So first thing in the morning is the only chance to go for a little bit of a stroll. I'll pick up a few more supplies, beer.
Esgrau was exactly what we needed, and we spent 6 glorious days there with cruising friends, before we headed into a marina berth ahead of a forecast storm.
So there's a bit of a storm coming, like a 50-knot storm coming. We booked into a marina from Sunday for a few days, we want to go in anyway, to avoid the worst of the storm. And we're heading down the coast, smashing into the wind a little bit, because it's blowing, what is it, blowing 15, 16 knots, pretty much from where we're going. Our friends are tacking, all credit to them. We're just going to motor it down there because it's only an hour or so. And I'm being lazy as usual. Yeah, 4 or 5 days booked into Mahan Harbor. So we're going to enjoy Mahan for a little while. Yeah, so we'll go from there. But yeah, it's quite choppy. So just approaching into Mahan Harbor. Last time we were here was just over, well, it was about a year and a half ago. And when I put that into context, or when I realised that that's all it was, it seems incredible. It feels to me like 3 or 4 years ago, because we've just seemed to have been, you know, we were in Montenegro for 9 months, and done Greece and come back across. Just feels like it should be longer ago. Just shows that we're going too fast, really.
Mahan is the capital of Menorca and is set within a large natural harbour, providing excellent protection from the forecast storm. We got secured in the marina, enjoyed a Saturday evening with friends, and on Sunday the storm arrived as forecast.
We weren't going to come into the marina until today. We didn't know wasn't a berth available to us till today. And today is the storm was due. We couldn't have had a berth till 2. So right up until yesterday we thought we were going to have to try and just come into Mahan Harbor and like hang around, or just go to the really crowded anchorage and wait until the berth became available. It's only 1:30 now and it is absolutely hectic. We've had in the last hour it's just gone mental. We've had 42 knots of wind, people's dinghies are drifting off, we're heeling over. Really glad that the space came up and we decided to take it and come in today, rather than not pay for last night and come in now, because we would not have been able to dock in this. It's on our beam, 40 odd knots on the beam. We wouldn't have been able to park, so we'd have been in white bother. You're just a bit wet.
A wee bit damp, aye, lassie, aye.
So it looks like we got off quite lightly. There was no major wind overnight. We had 30 knots there. That was a bit of a squall in a thunderstorm this morning. So the forecast 50 odd knots didn't arrive. It must have just missed the island. But looking at the footage that's coming out of Menorca, which is the next island along, it's only about 40 miles away, they were at 60-70 knots there, and boats blown up on the beach, and cruise ship snapped its lines and all sorts of things. So it looks like we escaped the worst of it. There's still a mistral blowing for a few days, so we'll probably still be staying in the harbour. Plus we'd like to have a look around Mahan, because we haven't obviously done that yet. These boats are obviously not unique, but hail from Menorca, and they're called these ones are actually called Menorcan yachts, and they look very nice, they're very pretty, but they've all got this platform on the back, which I find looks like it's been stuck on after the fact. I mean, they've all got it, and it's great for make a bathing platform, and I'm sure it's very functional, but it just looks a bit odd to me.
Yeah, and they're some are square, some are round, and even the little boats have got them. It's a very particular style.
So yeah, I quite like the style, but I do not like that big sticky outy bit at the back. But anyway, each their own, I'm just saying. I don't like it.
These have all got like
Okay, 5 nights in Mahan, we're ready to move on. We're aiming for Mallorca. Current plan on current weather is we're just going to go down to the anchorage at the entrance of Mahan tonight, and then tomorrow get up really early and head out. Okay, port stern line when you're ready.
So there it is, 2.5 weeks around Menorca, and we've barely scratched the surface. Do join us next time as we enjoy a sporty sail to the beautiful island of Mallorca. A massive thank you to our patrons whose help has been especially appreciated after a couple of recent equipment failures, and we're hugely thankful for them. Don't forget that you can banish the ads by jumping on board as a Patreon. But if that's not for you, then simply liking and commenting on our videos is also a massive help. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.